in the North American region. I've seen it a few times in Korea, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen here. Will be the karma. So the Maokai.
Yeah. Just kind of hanging out. Everybody
on this patch, too, in terms of the healing it does. You can't get healing from minions.
Faker.
Whoa, a rare Faker double miss.
Ooh, maybe a little rusty here for the old man in the mid lane. As Dudu, he is going to dash once again, does not have his ultimate available, but now he's getting dove under the turret, but he is so tanky as that arrow's just going to sail wide. Morgan taking way too much damage and hit away, but Faker is not going to miss this time around, and he should have been able to sweep them up, but Toby at least going to trade one back somehow under the turret. And Maokai is just so unbelievably tanky that it took forever for them to kill him.
24-minute mark to have that fully stacked and to get the extra level. It's a pretty nice timing to have this one. Just like old League of Legends, you want to build that as soon as possible.
Oh,
Barrel! Where is he coming from?
Where did he come from? Oh, man. Okay, well, this guy's dead. Poor Deft. Viper doing a good job of baiting that with his heal. Yep, that's also a thing in the bottom lane here. As, okay, maybe going to try for a bit of a dive down on the bottom side. The arrow to be used as well as the flash. Barrel going to try to eat the root, but they both get hit, and now they're both just totally destroyed here. Viper also going to go down. Very nice play from the side of Team Deft.
So that's going to be second break going over to Team Deft.
Easy getting in there onto Morgan, who doesn't seem to care too much. And the last auto will be Viper
for damage against the Sejuani. Obviously, Willer's ult being down. Cuz, speaking of ults, looking for a trap on the Viper.
He's trying to get in there. Viper is going to be rooted up. This guy is totally gone. He does not have flash. He does not have his support. Not that that would have helped, I don't even think. But, of course, with all the melee tops, it feels like Sejuani just goes up in value even that much more.
She's got the speed boost from the brush as well.
Oh, no. Morgan totally baited out here. The riposte not going to work out well for him. He is just gone. The damage way too much. And Cuz was like kind of there. Arrow is going to sail totally right down the middle and not hit anything. As here comes the ult onto Cuz, but they're not committing. They want to turn onto Morgan. Here comes the Maokai ult. As they will just try to burst down the strength. They should be able to get it. No smite steal here for the side of Team Fake. Well, let's just do the Baron. I mean, they have a bunch of turrets. They have an Ashe as well. It's a lot of damage coming in, but vision given over to the side of Team Deft as the knockup. Dude is doing such a good job of keeping Cuz out of the pit. That is going to be Baron to the side of TF as now in goes Baker, but he's all alone and immediately gets stunned. Trying to go for the TikTok highlight, but unfortunately.
So, in this case, he's going to get a lot of value in the experience and the base stats, but he's already got what he wants in terms of his skills. Is Morgan?
Okay, that's an insane amount of damage. Toby just flashing on top of Viper, his former teammate. He's like, yo, what's good? Welcome back. In goes Baker. He's got a nice one. Gets reposted again, and the damage not quite there. They finally are able to kill Deft. This now, they're trying to play the long game. They're trying to use that sustained damage, but Toby is such a monster right now that I'm not sure that you really can.
Advisable because Realm Warp is up.
It's level 3 Realm Warp. It's like, okay, yep, we are everywhere. Seeing Menace in the side lane, but Morgan just showing off some of what the Fiora can do in team fights as well. And with some of the new itemization, you know, you can kind of be anywhere. As Faker now, speaking of anywhere, he was about to get reposted for the 3rd time by Morgan. He's getting dunked by Morgan in this game. As Peter, you know, he's in a lot of trouble here. He's not dying somehow.
He survives a long time here.
He's actually immortal. Just karma things, I guess, as now he's going to get another speed up here. He is going away, trying to avoid the Naga, but eventually just dies anyway. But either way, let's see if Willa can actually get into the pit. As actually, Team Deft, they're just going to let Fiora split push. He does have teleport.
Yeah, they have 3 Drake advantage. They don't have to fight for this.
Yeah.
Slow it down.
That's true. Looks like they're just going to try to give this one away because it's still sticking around, but they're getting so much value elsewhere on the map.
Realm Warp to the minions onto the mid-inner and
your base.
Inhibitor turret is open. Jovi Realm Warp those minions on top of it here, so they will trade a solo Drake for double turret worth of value here.
Talked about when we first saw the Rise, the Rod of Ages, it gives you that speed up, that little bit of oomph behind everything else, you know, not to mention the extra level, not to mention the stats that you get from it. He's just flashing in. Look at Barrel's health bar. It's nearly gone, and he's so tanky. Did he go too far is the question, as Deft is going to snipe Barrel from downtown, but huge stunts coming in from the side of Team Faker, and they will put two of them in the dumpster. They turn this one around. Toby this time overestimating his power. They also didn't even have Morgan. Not going to flash in because, of course, he doesn't have flash. But he can just walk at them and be a little bit less aggressive in that case. As the arrow, everything onto Cuz. He eats so much of the damage. And that's actually really good for the side of Team Deft. As in goes Baker, he's going to hit two of them. Does a crazy amount of damage to Peter, but it's not a great follow-up.
Yeah, no follow-up on the Maokai ult here either.
Space, I suppose, gets his team positioning now. Toby pretty low. In goes Cuz, and he steals it away.
He just really doesn't care. Doesn't even pop his item. Trading Virtue, just doesn't need it.
We need to see it, as now he's going to lead the charge into this one as he's trying to get into the pit. He does not have flash, and it is going to go the way of Team Faker. Tudu in the back line just doing so much work on the Peter, but he doesn't quite want to go in all alone, and the threats on the side of Team Deft are insane. They are looking to move in. Deft over the top. We're going to get that damage on the Viper, not quite able to land it. Cuz still looking to lead the charge, but he's taken huge chunks now from Faker, and he is the one that has to run away now.
Condition with no inhibitor down. Look at Morgan, he has no TP, he's just looking for a flank angle here to try to punish, try to catch Barrel, maybe Viper on the backside, but there's a lot of peel for him. Faker sitting on sums too.
Okay, here we go. This is one way to get straight in your opponent's face as they're just going to rise ult in, and they're going to find Peril on the backside. Down he goes immediately. They get in range, and they're able to burst them insanely. Here's the knockback now onto Viper. He is in huge trouble, and this is exactly the team fight that Team Deft were looking for. As down should go Dudu. Well, he is Cassante. So he's just going to get away, I suppose. Maybe.
Trying to push mid in the meanwhile.
The flash is going to come in. Baker going to miss that one. Stopwatch comes out anyway. Who's going to win this? Baker flashing the Q. He does an insane amount to Toby. Forces him away and continues to push.
But the base is open. I don't think Faker could defend this. He's not back.
They have to back.
He's so late on it.
Are there any minions there? Oh, it doesn't look like there are.
Nope.
That's actually going to help here. Is it enough, though, is the question. As Morgan gets in, tries to zone away Faker, and they should have enough here now. As Sejuani goes down, Willer not enough. And the Nexus will be taken here by Team Deft in game number 1.
No joke. Lulu is fantastic in this comp, even though it doesn't scream, you know, the strongest lane ever. We've seen it a lot. We've also seen the power of the jungle pets will do AoE damage to raptors. You talked about earlier the changes to the jungle and how a lot more junglers are viable. He knows Cuz just walk away. So he's gonna run into Willer.
He was revealed. They knew where he was.
That's really bizarre.
And he was just walking towards the enemy jungle. What?
Well, I think Willer does flash with this one, but he messes it up.
You don't even counter jungle. It's not a thing anymore. Oh no.
Okay.
The ward has been pinged. They're gonna know the timing of that, as Team Deft will know the timing of this Drake going down as well. I know that it was going down. Faker greeting for a ward, just nearly going to die. He does have the Shroud, though, and he's going to survive. With the preseason, thought they were good enough. But here they are. Not all the time. Really nice setup from Cuz. He's going to land this one 100-0. This dude who doesn't even get the flash away. The poor guy.
Spending their own ults. Bottom side here, Team Faker also to grab a turret plate.
Oh, flash available for Toby, but I'm not sure it's going to get him out of here. A lot of damage on the Willer, but it's nicely calculated. Faker even given the kill. That is nice. Being very annoying here in the mid lane. But Chovy, he's got one job. That's to farm and to get Radovidus. So here we go, going in with that Dominus. Morgan really trying to bring this top lane into his favor. Dudu does get some nice movement, but he gets too close once again. And Morgan's like, oh man, you made a mistake.
You might be right.
Yeah, I think he's got this even earlier, like totally
to go. And they really want to push this turret down, but it's not going to be off this wave. Or is it? Just barely.
Only Deft is here, so he actually can't stand up. And look at this, Cuz also just going to go into the river, assuming he's safe, just gets once again comboed down by Willer. As now Faker, there is Peter nearby, and no ultimate anymore for the level 11 Akali. And now Faker all of a sudden
kill.
Charge will happen. Look at Faker's flank positioning here. He's able to get into that back line. Deft in a lot of trouble. He has to flash, and he's getting some good autos down. He is going to be put into the possible takedown, but it is not quite enough. And the Zeri has so much room to pop off in this fight. As Morgan and Chovy, monsters on their own right, but nothing compared to Zeri.
Yeah, they get the mid turret, but it's going to be a trade of kills here, and one that almost didn't go into Team Deft's way. Like, they almost just lost one as Dudu's looking for angle.
Oh, the polymorph is huge. Is it enough to save Viper's life is the question. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Chovy is able to get in there. Doesn't even have to flash to secure that kill.
Well, this is a huge change here in this game. Chovy looking to come over here and contest this Drake, but he's alone. He's crazy, but he wants it.
Yeah.
Close the distance onto Chovy there, and that's huge because if they lose all of that and then don't get the dragon. Really unfortunate. This is a replay of Deft farming here solo against Faker. No defense. Notice Cuz and Peter are trying to.
So that's my analysis of the situation.
I don't know if there's much more to say, but we'll watch the replay and see if there's any more details.
Yeah, it looks like the same might happen here to Dudu. He does have a lot of help, though, coming down. Morgan, this is a long fight that you got yourself into, and it might come back to bite you. Teleport has to be used to try to save him, as the value coming out right now from this Renekton is insane. Same as the polymorph, but at the end of the day, I'm not sure that Chovy can really do much in terms of damage here on the barrel. He's desperately trying to get the kill, and he does, but just the one. As that will, in the end, be a win to the side of Team Faker.
Yeah, Willer up here going to be forced to ult. So if he wants to push this further, he can get the second knockup.
Cuz wasn't able to dash away. Now he has to flash, and in he comes, smacks him over the head with the piece of wood. Nicely done. You see that Team Faker will back away from the throne. Morgan's still sitting on the throne, though, and maybe they didn't back away far enough. Dudu is going to have to get the wild growth on top of him. The Zeri damage trade back is not so great. This Faker, he's got that backline access. They're trying to kill Peter, but the hostile takeover comes through. It's not a huge amount of utility, but they might be able to get on top of Faker. No, they can't quite take him down. And Morgan's the first one to be taken out here, as now Team Faker can just fight front to back. They've got this Zeri. Everybody kind of knows the way this one is going to go, as the rest of the members here at Team Deft will fall like dominoes.
Deft hands off the keyboard 3 times. Ult comes through, but this means Viper has absolutely nothing to worry about. They front to back it. Peter?
Oh, no. This is just bullying now. As down he goes, Faker will collect the free kill. And even a teleport from Chovy as well. Just a little bit of bonus action here for Team Deft.
Look at Faker
trying to get into this pit.
He's got the angle. He sweeps it.
Yeah.
And they can just pull the Drake out. He can threaten this backline if Morgan's on the other side.
Maybe a stun here. Maybe a one-shot potential. Can they? 100-0 Faker. No, they can't. He will live on the backside of it, and Deft immediately goes down. That's the end of this one. As the Infernal Soul also taken to add insult to injury. We will be going to a Game 3.
That's going to be the end of it, as you say. And Faker's on the edge there. If you collapse onto Faker, it means Zeri is going to be able to have free reign. But if Faker gets perfectly wild growth and every single resource is put into Faker, the rest of the team fight's a wash here for Team Deft. And as you said, we are going to Game 3. No questions asked here at the end of this fight as these double cannon Baron buff things come through.
Not a lot of Fiora action in this one. Viper does flash and say, by the way, I'm Zeri. And they do have to wait for some minions. Okay, it looks like they will actually back for now, as we do have teleport available for Dudu.
Yeah, you should be able to just come straight back in, save the cannon minion. It's unfortunately not in range.
Like, they could push the envelope if they wanted to, but it looks like they don't quite want to. They're going to play it extremely safe.
It's a bit early in the season since it hasn't started yet for a this game is over moment, but even though pretty good here, so Morgan has to juggle trying to clear these waves and staying close enough to Deft and Peter, which means the top side is open. You just don't have a whole lot of room to work with here.
Any Victor wave clear believers? Okay, that's a nice handshake. I'm not sure it's going to matter, though, as the hostile takeover is going to sail wide. Doesn't need a lot of value there. As Faker just goes in, goes out, and now the Zeri ult is popped. They do get into that back line, as Viper did take about half his health and damage. So that is just about as far as he'll go, as everybody else is going to be wiped off the plate, as Viper will go down, funnily enough, but that will be the Nexus going down as well. A pretty one-sided one.
Okay, now this is Chovy throwing the gauntlet. He's going to do it, I think.
He's going to do it. Yeah, he's going to do it.
Show me.
Or a Braum, of course.
True.
but
Clips is pretty strong to commit.
okay,
Heal.
Peter's getting pretty low, and Viper going for the auto. He's going to get aggro here as maybe a trade back, but yes, Deft will be able to get that trade back. And at the end of the day, this is a good trade for Team Deft and for Deft himself.
Flashes for it. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Double kill for the Kaisa.
Yeah, and that cleanse with his autos, flashes, gets the double.
Yeah, and you know what happens next. And now Viper doesn't have flash. He is Ezreal, but let's see if he can even get close to the wall. The answer is going to be no. Perfect time from Cuz. I mean, that is just pristine.
Despite the kill deficit here, but Deft squad will grab the first dragon of the game, and yet again we're robbed of the Chemtech Soul. Guess we'll have to wait for the other. A lot of money in his pocket.
300 gold. As now they're trying to move up to the top side here. We do have Meganar about to spawn, and no flash right now for Dudu. He's in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to try to somehow weasel his way out of this one. He's going the opposite way as, okay, he's not going to get hit by the dredge line, but it does not quite matter as can't run away forever. Not against those champions. He's just chilling. Just farming it out. And Viego, another one of those annoying champions for Glenn, which is really can't get away from it. As here we go, we do have the TF up on the top side. Now it's going to be Morgan in trouble. Still no flash. He is able to get Willer back there, but it does not matter. As he will be made quick work of. Nice trade back. Game not exactly panning out the best here for the side of Team Deft outside of the bottom lane. As in goes Deft, trying to make quick work of the bottom lane. Able to get the flash out of an Ezreal is always pretty nice. As now Barrel in a little bit of trouble. There's not much help, but TP is coming in from the side of Team Faker as the X flash over the wall. And now they re-engage, and now everybody from the side of Team Faker is coming in as Toby's looking for the shutdown in that back line, but he just doesn't have any damage. He will eventually pick it up, and the Kaisa Deft just pick up another one on the front. Moment, who did gold card him. And that's what they had to work with, and it wasn't quite enough.
And by the time they get this mid turret, because they've been trying to put the pressure onto Chovy in the laning phase, and then in the mid lane, right? Like, or rather with the Herald in mid, trying to take out the turret. Okay, Morgan.
He does have flash. He's not even going to bother using it. He knows he's dead. No hope for him.
And this time the kill will go over to Dudu, but Chovy gets a whole turret, right? And this is the trade-off, right? This is what I was going to say is they put a lot of pressure on Chovy, but now he's equalized CS. Now he's taking a CS advantage. Now one to the right side here. So a lot of angles for Faker to teleport to. Dudu can teleport flank.
Dudu?
Not if he dies.
Okay, I mean, he is a Gwen, but he is... I don't even know what to say. Like, he is miles down the lane. That is way too far.
This might just be impossible to recover from at this stage.
Yeah, that was definitely a pretty large mistake. And they would try to group up for the Dragon, but Team Deft, they found the opportunity, and they made the best of it.
That control ward right next to the Hex Gate.
Before the Kassadin is even a factor.
I mean, it's second item Runans at this point. If Morgan has a good setup, or if they could trap these side laners, I mean, it just becomes so easy. Speaking of trapping.
Yeah, this is what this composition can do. They can collapse so quickly. Deft pretty far forward. This would be a shutdown. He goes into the cleanse, but it's not quite enough. That was incredibly deep for the side of Team Deft. And yes, they got the kill, but that is a massive sack of gold now into the hands of Faker with the shutdown.
This will save the turret here for Team Faker. Luckily for Deft's squad, the Drake is 3 minutes away still, so there's a lot of time to set up and prepare for that. And Chovy can just go straight back into side lane.
Little opportunity here. This miss is going to help him out, actually, as nice amount of Viper damage will come through, but is it enough is the question. The answer is no. Chovy is already getting in there and popping off. He just flashes back. He knows he's not going to need that. He's about to hit level 15. So here we go, 30 seconds.
30 seconds until that rod hits.
Set your timers, guys.
Yeah, this is... his ult costs a lot of it.
Yeah. Even better. Trying to do that extra damage as in goes Barrel. They're trying to get the Wombo combo. Nice ultimate from Viper, but it's kind of... It just doesn't match the damage right now on the side here at Team Deft. Now, a decent amount of poke damage has gone down onto these members, but already it is 5v4 with Barrel going down.
Yeah, this is the scary part. Chovy.
Stun, in goes Deft as he is going to go invisible. They're trying to lock him down. The kick over the wall right into Viper. Not going to help him out at all. As trying to teleport away, I believe, was Faker. And he is not going to get out of here either. That is going to be the X-Tech Soul. And that might just be game. I mean, they are so far ahead.
Yeah, Wow, 2 back-to-back extremely one-sided games. We've traded it both sides here.
XX Soul, Team Deft. Okay, trying to get on top of Deft himself.
I don't know if you want to be on top of Deft right now.
Yeah, Chovy just getting on in there as he does have Zhonya's now, and that is just going to open up this fight. Everybody's just going to be thrown into the bin, as that should be it. In comes Dudu. He's like, oh God, what happened here? The room's on fire. I've got pizza, but that's not going to feel too good. That is a clean sweep, and Team Deft will take this best of 3.
This time they got minions. There's no Victor walking out of the base this time around. Deft gonna stopwatch here as the minions approach. They can clear these turrets. Death timer is super long, and looks like Deft has done it again. Defeated Faker one more time in another series here before the spring season starts. And Deft and crew are gonna get a set of emotes. So this is the victory moment presented by Mercedes-Benz. Valdez, what a beautiful game.